Good morning and welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina and our fabulous guests in our virtual studio today. Tina, how you doing?
Good morning, Wednesday, hump day. Not that Friday that everybody stops doing what they're supposed to be doing because, it's just like an everyday weekend, but it's the middle of the week. How are you guys doing?
You okay? What's in your coffee cup?
A little bit of Bailey's, maybe.
You're kind of rambling around. All right, Regina, how are you doing?
I am fabulous this morning.
Well, welcome. Where are you coming in from?
I'm in Dallas, Texas. Well, better known as actually Mansfield, which is a little bit south, but in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
You are? And
yeah.
You know Zandra?
I do. She's a great friend of mine, and I'm so elated to see that you guys are connected with her, and I'm like 2 steps behind you.
Oh, we're not only connected with her, but she is our producer for the Angel and Tina Morning Show.
Oh, I know. Fabulous, amazing woman doing some amazing things.
She really is. Benson, how are you today?
Doing fantastic. It's a beautiful morning, beautiful day.
Benson, where are you coming from?
Oh, Miami, Florida.
Miami, hot.
It's pretty hot it's pretty hot everywhere, isn't it, right now?
Okay, so yesterday was 99 degrees here in Charlotte. It felt like 117, it said. I had to look at that 2 times. I was like, what?
Is it because of the humidity that it feels hotter?
Humidity, yes, because Charlotte is so freaking hot.
Yeah, that's just a normal thing here in Texas. Like we can have several of those days in a row.
Oh, all right. Well, Denver doesn't usually get like over 100. We get up in those high 90s, but one of the benefits is when the sun goes down, our temperature drops significantly. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's so nice. So it cools off. Yeah, it doesn't.
The sun goes down, it goes down to maybe under 90, but that's probably about it.
I remember the first time we syndicated our show from Denver. The first city that picked up my radio show was in Phoenix, Arizona, and our show would air at night. And so I would listen like online, I was listening to the show, make sure, production wise, it was sounding right. And at the bottom of the hour, they do like a temperature, like traffic and weather or whatever. And it was like 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night there. And the temperature was like 98 degrees at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I just thought that was insane because the sun was down. Here, the sun goes down, it takes the heat with it. But
you also don't have humidity over there, right?
We don't. No,
your hair does really good over there. My hair does really good, like in the Midwest.
Oh, see, now my hair loves the humidity. My skin, so
really?
Yeah, Denver, we're like dry prunes here.
Yeah. So you're like caking on the lotion all the time.
All right, so Regina, how have you been keeping yourself occupied these last couple of months?
Oh, I have more than enough to keep me occupied. I have I'm a mom that has 2 very, very active littles. And so between homeschooling and entertainment and running a full-time business from home, that's kept me more than occupied. And actually business has picked up tremendously during this time. So it's been an amazing experience for me.
What grades are your kids in?
Yeah, so I have my 9-year-old is going to 4th grade, and my 12-year-old is going to the 7th grade, but it's the 9-year-old that's going bonkers. Bonkers. He's a boy, so he's got a lot of energy. So between bike rides and walking the dog and trampoline and literally bouncing on my couches.
Like, okay, recess time again.
Yes, twice a day.
So are you going back to school in the fall, or are you guys not going back to school?
We had I had to make a decision on the 20th, and it took me a minute. And so I have the 9-year-old that told me very matter-of-factly in March, Mom, no more online learning. I need a classroom learning environment. So I've been really purposeful about keeping our immune systems high. And I did sign him up for in-person learning. And my daughter, she signed up for virtual learning.
So they're not doing the same thing. So one's going
One's
back,
going.
but one's going to stay home.
Yes.
Oh,
She's
see,
like, oh.
Unless the school district makes some changes and decides, like Dallas, here, the school district in Dallas has already decided to delay in-person learning until after Labor Day. So I'm in Tarrant County, so I'm just hoping that they will also kind of delay just to make sure everything is under control.
I heard, I'm from Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta for 8 years, so all my kids went to school in Atlanta, but in Atlanta, they're not doing any in-school. My Facebook is blowing up. So in Atlanta, they're not getting any kind of in-person learning at all. It's all virtual.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, what are these single moms or single dads going to do?
Yeah,
like they can't take them to daycare.
Right.
They can't go to school. And how are they going to work?
Yeah, there's a lot of articles. There's a lot of conversations going on about you have to choose. You can't go back to work and have children, because even in going back to school, isn't it an odd schedule that they're on? Like, only so many days of the week, or only in for so long, because they're trying to get them all in a
because you can't have 30 kids in one classroom anymore, and you have to have it separated. They have to be 6 feet apart. They can't go. They can't have the cafeteria. They can't have recess. Like, you're just like, what are you gonna do? I'm almost so grateful that my kids are done and out, like, so I don't have to worry about it. But then I'm like, I'm worried for the moms out there.
Benson, do you have kids?
No, I don't.
No.
But it's kind of crazy. I'm sure you're seeing the shift of families trying to adjust and figure out where they're going. What have you been up to for the last few months?
Oh, for me, well, when the coronavirus first hit, well, things was pretty much shutting down, and most of my clients were, well, do I keep paying you, or what do we do now, right? So what I did was I somewhat created a group on Facebook where I teach them, certain things, and they just do a monthly payment, just, a very simple things. I'm just trying to help them with their branding, marketing, and client fulfillment. But before you know it, within 5 months, it actually turned out, like now it's a full-blown course. And yes, I actually, this is the main focus. This is the core service that I have in my business now, and this is what I sell. So that's what I've been up to.
Yeah, I'm with your daughter, Regina. I'm all right with the online stuff. It's kind of worked out for me, and the switch over, because it just we've transitioned and we've pivoted.
Angel has turned into a complete mole.
I have turned into a mole. I did have some friends come over yesterday, excuse me, that kind of threw me a little surprise birthday party. I had and they're very worried about me.
because you're not going anywhere.
Because I'm not going anywhere, and I have no interest. I'm like, I'm good, right? I'm seeing my friends, I'm doing my thing, and the world is so confused and upset. I'm like, I'll just stay here and let them figure it out. And so they it was almost like under the guise of a birthday celebration, almost like an intervention. But I'll tell you, the stories that they're telling me about what it's like to go out and to travel and to eat out, it just does not appeal to me.
How did Carrie's thing go yesterday when she had to speak? Did she have to wear a mask and everything?
They had to, so she spoke at her first in-person event, right, since end of February, early March. She said it was really nice for her to be in front of people. She really liked that. There were probably about 30, 40 people who came to the event, and another 30 or 40 that were online. So that it was a hybrid. It was an in-person and virtual event. And she said they had to wear masks, but while she was on stage, she didn't wear a mask to speak.
But everybody in the audience had to wear a mask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just feel like as a speaker, you need that. You need them to be
like, you need their right. You want to see their expressions.
Are they laughing at me? Are they smiling? Do they like it? Or are they sitting there like this?
I feel like I have to talk so much louder when I have the mask on, and I don't know why, but I feel like it's muffling my voice.
It is muffling your voice because you're having like this. And then when I'm in the grocery store, when you have it on, I was in the grocery store on Sunday. I had the mask on. I'm like, and my mask is like breathing into my mouth because I couldn't breathe. I can't breathe with that thing on. And I'm like, that's what
Darth Vader.
I feel like Darth Vader.
Regina, have you been out and about?
Very limited, very limited. I have really not a lot of need to go out unless I'm going to the grocery store, or like yesterday I made a postal run, but I'm very strategic about my trips when I go out. You know, I still get my weekly chiropractic adjustments. And so if I have to be out, I try to plan everything on that one day to be effective with my time. But yeah, I'm not just like out and just hanging out, no.
Do you guys wear masks in
Absolutely.
Dallas? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Hands down. And I would say this, that I've seen a progression of people wearing masks, because initially people would be out and not necessarily wearing them. But right now I could say that pretty much everyone that I see, most people, I do see them with masks. And that's because our numbers actually did jump. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Texas, we were one of the first ones to actually kind of reduce the stay-at-home orders. So, but we've also seen the result of that.
We had some reduced stuff too. I think, Colorado was feeling like, we're all right. And, but it was almost like we're fine, right? So no social distancing, no mask, like everybody's just kind of living their life as if it was back to normal instead of being cautious. So we are now under a mandatory masks in public.
Yeah, we are too.
Colorado.
Yeah.
How about you, Benson? You get out very much?
Oh, not really.
Can
Home and the office.
I get a refill too, Jay? I'm empty.
It's empty.
I really want to know.
To come bring me my cup like this.
I really want to know what's in your cup.
I know, right? She's got us a little curious.
There ain't
we light
nothing
a fire,
in there now.
light, will it go poof?
There's nothing in there now.
Right? This is she guzzled it. She like
I know. Chug, 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 chug.
Mm.
There ain't nothing in there.
Okay, sorry, Benson. So have you been getting out very much?
No, not really. Just home and the office. That's all.
And do you guys wear masks in Miami?
Yes.
Yes.
Our numbers had jumped too, and things are getting pretty crazy down here.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. They even thinking about shutting everything down again.
I know. It's just, and this is why I'm like, you know what? We'll just stay home. I think that several, like in our crowd, people have figured out the online technology, right? We're staying connected. We're able to pivot. A lot of what we were doing before was digital and, automated, and we could work from home anyway. So it wasn't a huge, this huge pivot, right? I was traveling. I was speaking on stages. We had over 38 events. I stopped counting after I canceled my 38th event. I'm like, at this point, it's just done, right? The world is, I'm not going to be traveling. We're not going to be speaking, but we were able to pivot. We're doing speaking events. We're hosting events all the time. And so we've been able to transition. All right. But yeah, my friends are seriously wanting to pull an intervention on Angel. And I'm like, I'm so happy.
You must be extreme
fine.
extrovert. Is that what it is? The extreme extrovert?
Yes, they are. They are absolutely. They are.
So how did it feel last night when they all came over? Did you feel like you wanted to hug them but couldn't hug them?
Okay, so my son, is here, and he comes downstairs, and everybody's in the kitchen, and he's like, "This isn't social distancing," right? And so then when they all left, he's like, "Mom, I can't believe you threw a party."
I believe you. I almost called the cops on you. You didn't have that
on? It was a surprise. Like, I didn't know. It wasn't like because I've been so removed.
Michael,
and so
it was
good.
an intervention for your mother. You didn't get invited because you know that your mother would stay as a mole for the rest of her life.
I would. I want to be out. I want to be out too. But when I hear what it's like to travel and what it's like at the hotels, and I'm like, yeah, that just the restaurants are closed, or you've got to take it to go, and I don't know, all of that stuff. I'm like, you know what, I'm good here. I'm just good here. So It didn't work. My intervention, they failed.
You guys have failed. You guys have to try again next week. Margaritas and fish tacos didn't help.
We did have margaritas and fish tacos. That was really fun. I did like that part. Well, let's get to know our guests just a little bit better. Let's introduce them. I've got their introductions here. We'll start with you, Miss Regina. She is a mindset and wealth strategist, a best-selling author, a speaker, and insurance specialist. Her mission is to equip women and small businesses to create generational wealth. And she is all about abundance mindset, how to be your own bank, creating wealth and abundance, and creating your own economy. Oh, Regina, we got to talk. How do we create our own economy? This is awesome. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor, pleasure to be here. Yeah. So, my journey is like really over the last 18 years, I've been able to impact well over 20,000 lives. And I have the privilege of everything that I coach my clients with, it's been my life, and as a result of applying the techniques, strategies, and systems that I teach my clients have peace of mind and security, knowing that should things happen to them or their income, that their families are secure. They're able to take their earned income and create unearned income streams, and they experience about 300% more growth of what they did prior to seeing me. So I have an amazing life, and that's really what creating your own economy is about. It's learning to take your earned income and create unearned income streams. So just think about the pandemic, think about the radical shift, and out of nowhere, we found ourselves, like you said, Angel, you were traveling, you were speaking, so was I. And then all of a sudden, how life as we knew it changed. Our whole economic system, like a 10% market correction, and the whole system seized up. But if we had personally created our own financial ecosystem and had taken our earned income and created unearned income streams, meaning if we didn't go to work, if we didn't get a check, but we still have money coming in, what would that have meant for so many people?
Okay, so Regina, what is unearned income? Give us an example of what that means.
Yeah. So basically it's money that comes in on a monthly, quarterly, or annual basis that you basically didn't lift a finger. So we're talking rents, royalties, dividends, capital gains, or interest.
Okay, yeah. So say that again. We got to take notes.
Like, okay, take some notes.
Yeah.
Everybody get a paper and pen because you're going to want to write this down.
Dropping some bombs here, dropping some bombs. So like when people think about investing, right? Sexy investments are sexy, but they're also speculative. So I always teach, first, why don't you create an income stream so that you don't have to be dependent upon a job, right?
Okay, you didn't give me the list.
I'm just setting the stage for you.
Oh, right? Okay.
So that's the stage.
Okay.
Now, how do you do that? Not just invest, but specifically target rents, royalties, dividends, capital gains, and interest. Those are the type of incomes that you want to first look toward.
I know. And we want like all the little buckets, all the little streams, because what happens, and I'm sure you've seen this, is even as entrepreneurs, we end up just creating a job, right? We have to show up. If we don't show up, we don't get paid. Yeah. And so what happens when, something like this happens? And of course, you never know. I mean, who would have ever thought that the world would have shifted and closed up on a dime like this? Like nobody, if they would have said, right, like that this whole thing would have shifted. But there are folks that had some cash flow, they had some revenue, they had some multiple streams, and are been able to pivot and shift. I know a guy who went in and he was buying up companies because, of course, he could get them for a song now, right? Because people are like, my business is shot. And he's like, I'll buy that. I'll buy that. I'll buy that. And he's just sitting on a little gold mine there. But you've got to plan for success, right, Regina?
Right, totally. And so one of the other mindsets is when things are going so well, there's always a boom and bust cycle, right? There's always going to be this boom, like this excess of money. I like to call those times of harvest. And in your times of harvest, always prepare for the time of famine. It's a
Mm,
supernatural cycle. It's going to come. And so, like your friend, when the time of famine and other people are sucking wind, you can go in and just scoop it in, right? There will
mm,
be many, many people that become extremely wealthy during this pandemic. So the thing is, what did you learn
mm,
from
mm,
this? Like, did you wake up? And so stay woke, right? What can we do differently so that in the next famine, it's going to take us a while to pull out of this, but what will you do differently this time? So the next time you're more than adequately prepared.
ah, this is good stuff. So, what are the things that you're mostly helping your clients with right now, Regina?
Yeah, so right now, believe it or not, one of my my specialty is setting up your own banking system, how to become your own bank. So where I used to teach this message in prior years, and people were a little bit, oh, I don't know. Well, they're coming back around now. Okay, what was that thing you were talking about? Bank again.
I
So
want to know that now.
yeah. So really helping my clients set up the infinite banking system, and then just pure systems like how do I set up my finances so that I can live, still enjoy life, but how can I financially prepare? How can I truly get my money working for me instead of always working for my money? Now people are ready to listen. And yeah, and so I have the solution. I've created the Wealth Builders Blueprint, which is literally the blueprint of how do you start out? What foundations, what systems do you put in place to sustain some natural growth? Right? What systems do I need to have in place? And how do I funnel my money to finally truly generate legacy wealth?
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. How do people get in touch with you?
Yeah, so you know what? There is I have like a little free download if you guys want to go to hopeempowers.com forward slash BYOB, be your own bank. You can reach out to me there. You can actually get a tip sheet that will help you set up your personal finances to put you in position to build wealth and annihilate debt if you have any at the same time.
Okay, it was Hope and Powers.
Hope empowers,
Hope.
inspiring hope,
Oh,
empowering transformation. Yeah.
sorry. So sorry. I wanted to.
Hopeempowers.com. Yeah, I'm Regina Diane across all social media outlets.
This is fabulous. This is fabulous. Well, we'll continue to have more of this conversation as we go through. Let's get to know Benson a little bit better. He's a national business expert, seminar leader, the author of the critically acclaimed book, From Point A to the Big Picture. He's also the founder of Optimum Success Consulting International, the consulting company entrepreneurs often refer to when they wish to succeed and get ahead in life and in business. He says that most consultants find a way to guide their clients and audience into achieving success. He says, but we can agree that nobody helps walk the path better than the one who has several times walked it himself. His groundbreaking techniques, ideas, and tools blend the practical laws of nature, philosophy, and psychology. He helps frustrated entrepreneurs build compelling brands, create smooth systems, and get strategically consistent with their monthly sales by using his 2020 Power Circle Rockstar Entrepreneur System. Benson, we're so excited you're here with us.
Yes, thank you so very much. Well, my story. I came down here in Miami back in 2010, right? So when I first came here, I didn't know anyone here. I didn't know what to do. But the only thing was, I know I didn't want to, work, like really get a job and pay bills. So what I started doing is looking for people, who has opportunities. And I ended up joining multiple network marketing companies. If you're talking about MCA, I mean, you name it. I was part of it. I even sometimes, well, at a point trying to join Mary Kay. The lady was like, well, I don't
Hey,
think
you
we do
might have gotten
that.
swiped that way.
So what happened was the entire time as I was working with all of those people, I kept bringing new prospects, bringing new downlines, but they were benefiting from it, and I was not really getting anything out of it. So in 2014 I decided to shift, just change things, and I went to school. That's when I started majoring in psychology, right? And as I was going through the program, most of my classmates, this teachers, they were all talking about coaching. Well, I'm from Haiti. I only know about sport coaching and nothing else, right? So I thought they were talking about sport, basketball, soccer. I mean, for that matter. But then when I started asking questions, they told me, no, well, it's life coaching or business coaching, relationship coaching. And I heard they were charging about, $200, $400 a month for, for that. And I went and got my certification. Since 2014, I've been coaching. But what happened was, since I was still, starting my business, I didn't really know what I was doing. But all I knew was I was getting clients, right? So
I don't know exactly what I'm doing in business, but they're paying me, so
yes.
so I'll keep doing this.
So that's when I really thought about it. Well, rather than being a life coach, why don't I, focus on business coaching, get them clients. So that's what I started doing. In 2018, I met Bill Walsh, and then he pretty much, helped me just scale my business, right? So now all I do is pretty much sit down with those clients or teach them exactly how to bring themselves in a way where, their clients always see them, their clients, they make it very easy for their clients to relate with them and market their business, keep their clients, and build a community of people who, pretty much rally and start their own crusade for them. That's pretty much it.
I love it. Well, Benson, I'm so glad you're here. Bill is my business coach. I met him like 2.5 years ago, and he's a pretty intense business coach. But if you've got an idea, he can just rattle off. I've sat in these mastermind lunches with him where people have an idea or a question.
He just rattles them off, right?
Yep.
Do this, and this, and you're like,
yeah. You got to always have a notepad when you're with Bill. You're like, what was that? Because he says it so fast.
And you got to write shorthand because he doesn't repeat anything.
He does not repeat. Nope. You got to get it the first time.
In fact, he was about one of our first ones, a guest on our show a couple months ago. And he was just giving us ideas. And I don't think we've ever had any dead air. But that day, Angel and I were both like,
he was talking, here's how you monetize this. And he's like, and you do this and you do, and we're just like, we just kind of started doing a little talk show.
And here it is, 5 months later, syndicated, sponsors, and on 7 different platforms. He knew what he was talking about.
He did. He absolutely does.
The power of a coach.
Woo. The power of a coach, right? Yes, right. And coaches have coaches, and and I think I always tell people, like, we're smart, we'll get there eventually, but with a coach, they've walked the walk. Right? They've made those connections. They've made the mistakes. They've fallen down and gotten back up, and they'll help you get there faster, and some shortcuts and hacks along the way that you might not have on your own. And sometimes just to kick your little fanny to say, stop making excuses and just jump. And you don't have to.
I would have done earlier. That's something I wish I would have done much earlier in my business, was just invested into a coach and different coaches. Right?
And for all of us, right? Because it's a little scary, right? The first time. I remember my very first coach I invested in, and when I the price point, I think it was like $600 a month for this business coach. And for a brand new business, I mean, that was a significant dollar amount still, right? Significant dollar amount. And but man, it was so good. Oh my gosh, like they just had all this stuff. It would have taken me years to figure that out and to get there.
Isn't it funny how we can help so many other businesses, right? Like with me being a business coach for over 13 years, I can help so many businesses. But then when it comes to my own business, I'm like, I have nothing. I have no ideas.
I know all of my ideas were over, or we've given away. So we need somebody else to have an idea for
I can spit up ideas for all my coaches. They're like, oh my God, that's brilliant. And I'm like, oh, that was kind of brilliant. And then I'm like, how come I can't have nothing for myself? I can't think of nothing for myself.
It's the cobbler shoes, right? It's the cobbler shoes, right? We never do that. So Benson, how are you helping your clients the most right now during this time?
Well, it's via the 2020 Power Circle or Rockstar Entrepreneur Program. Mm-hmm. So first we help them somewhat focus on who they are. who they are, what it is they trying to accomplish, their passion, and why they want to make it happen. This is the first module. The second module, we focus on business basic, pretty much as well. I wish I had that when I first started, someone telling me exactly what to do to start something now, even when I'm getting $50 a week, but eventually it'll grow to 50K, 5 years from now, every month or every week. See what I'm saying? So the second module is pretty much about, residual income and your business plan. Then the last module, we spend 90 days focused on your brand. Okay, your brand at first, your marketing second, your client fulfillment process. Basically, your funnels, your color palettes, everything is done with branding. But for marketing, we do all your email sequence, all your Facebook ads, and everything. And for client fulfillment, we help you create your community and bring those people into them, and keep them on their toes.
I love it. How do you want people to get in touch with you?
Well, all you have to do now is text 2020 PC to 786-257-9125. Text 2020 PC to 786-257-9125. What will happen is that there's this online, live masterclass that we do every month. So the next one is coming within the next few weeks. What will happen is that, at this masterclass, I'll sit down. Last time I think we had a Bill Walsh. Yeah, we had Bill Walsh. So this month we will have Hazi Ali. He's a big deal down there in Georgia. So we'll be focusing on, teaching exactly, how you can start, design your brand, all right, create an effective marketing and somewhat build your own community, do all that on your own. So all they have to do is just text 2020 PC to 786-257-9125. Or they can find me on Facebook, Benson Gideon.
All right. Look, we've got some really rock stars in the studio with us today, Tina.
Right? I know it.
All right,
I didn't even think I knew Benson was part of Power Team.
How did you two connect?
I don't remember.
You end up on our show today, Benson.
I think I reached out to him, but I don't know how the connection, happened.
Where it had started.
We've been friends on Facebook for a minute, and I think you did some work with Ortega. He helped you. Yeah, he helped you create your course or something like that. We are friends on Facebook, and ever since I've been, checking you out and whatnot. Then I found out you work with Bill Walsh too. So therefore, I don't know. I might as well just check your stuff out every now and then we started talking. Boom, we're here this morning.
See, that's all the power of relationships and building those virtual relationships. See how it comes together?
It does come together. There is so much community. And I think that right now we've all shifted, right? And we're leveraging that, and we are connected. We don't always know how, or what that, where it came from, but it's no coincidence. And it's been fun to have this platform to bring people on to get to know each other. We end up being like this little matchmaker. Regina and Benson, did you two know each other before coming on?
No, we didn't, but I'm excited to stay connected. I've already reached out and said hello, and so I love what he's doing, because even in those things, some of those are just CEO things. If I would have known some of those earlier in business. So if you are starting your business, those are very, very important and key aspects. So glad to know that I have someone that, I can connect people with for that now.
And Regina, do you do a lot of speaking? Do you do a lot of speaking from stage type events?
I do. Yeah. So being a wealth strategist, and really a lot of it is about mindset too, because think about it, it's just like getting in shape with your health. A lot of it starts with the mindset. And so, but I've gone now to the virtual stage. So I'll be speaking at Sandra's event coming up. And so, I've got a lot of podcast interviews. So
I love that you shifted your camera, because now I can read your banner behind you, right?
Oh.
Right? Because it was shortened, but it's shifted now. So now we can read it. I love it.
I actually think I met one of you through my business coach, the profit coach, Susie Carter. I was just recently speaking at her.
Susie Carter was on our show. In fact, we have our little microphones that Susie Carter.
Look at these flowers they brought me last night.
Oh my gosh, they're beautiful.
Isn't this beautiful? So it was blocking my microphone. Yeah, Susie Carter told us to buy these. Do you have one of these, Regina?
I don't. I just have this one, but I want a glam one.
Yeah, we have glam ones. She was like, Tina, you need this microphone. It's going to be perfect for your colors. So she was on our show a couple months ago. In fact, I just sent her my gratitude journal, and she's been posting it everywhere, telling me that she's, you know, telling everybody how gratitude can help you with your business. So I was like, oh, good.
Totally.
Girl.
Awesome. Yeah.
Small world. What
It
a small world. How connected we truly are. And it's been fabulous. So I want to talk about our sponsors for a minute. Let people know how this show is possible. Of course, it's because of our sponsors. We have Bliss by the Lake Boutique, which is our clothing sponsor there in Charlotte, North Carolina. And we are going to find a fabulous way for you all to get connected with her. I don't know what website she wants us to send people to, but she does.
blissbythelake.com, but we're waiting for her little 30-second commercial that we can do.
Because she does these great little fashion shows and little trunk shows that she puts together.
But definitely go on her Facebook and, you know, join her group. She has a VIP group, and she does go every Friday. I believe it's every Friday, and does all these cute little fashion shows. And, you know, she ships everywhere. So you guys can buy anything that you have. A lot of Angel and I our clothes are from Bliss by the Lake Boutique.
Yes, so we're super grateful for them. Of course, Zandra TV Network, our executive producer of the Angel and Tina Morning Show. In fact, we Googled, if you Google the Angel and Tina Morning Show, like do it in like a little Google search, you're going to find that we are everywhere. 15.9 million results when you Google the Angel and Tina Morning Show. So we're super excited for the distribution that we are getting thanks to the Zandra TV Network. They are the premier award-winning network where small business entrepreneurs can tell their story on local, national, and global television, right? Don't you want, I mean, if you're putting out content, don't just put it on your social media sites, put it on TV. She says, don't delay, schedule your own discovery call by visiting beonztv.com. That's beonztv.com and start your affordable global marketing experience today. And then Sonic VA, if you've got too much on your plate, right, we're all hiring virtual assistants now.
Because nobody gets their to-do list done, so it's their to-don't list.
This is our secret weapon. You're like, how do you do everything? How do you get it all done? Well, we don't.
Yes, Daniel is the savior.
He says, are you always too busy? Do you have more items on your to-do list than you can ever get to by yourself? Hire a virtual assistant with Sonic VA so you can focus on what you do best by hiring all the rest. And it is so affordable. It's so affordable.
Oh, right?
Go to sonicva.com, sonicva.com, and click hire a VA. Make sure you mention the Angel and Tina Morning Show in the comment section. You're going to get 10% discount off your first 40 hours of VA service. Imagine you had somebody else in the background duplicating you. You're going to get a 10% discount just by mentioning the Angel and Tina.
Angel and I just hired him, his VAs, to help both of our businesses. And they are literally taking a big chunk off of our plates to help us automate and monetize a lot of our things in the back office. So that's good.
It's so good.
I think every business owner needs it. And you're right. They're so affordable. When he tells you the price, you're like, wait, what?
Wait, who? How? So here's our little banner for the Angel and Tina Morning Show with our logos for Zandra TV, Bliss by the Lake Boutique, and Sonic VA Services. Yeah, everybody, I think every single day I mention the three of them in some conversation or another, where people are looking for distribution to get their story out. They're looking for more help. And of course, you know, it's always fun to have a clothing boutique as a sponsor. So.
It is fun. In fact, I'm in the talks of getting a jewelry company as well. So we're going to be looking fly, girl, here pretty soon.
But I was super excited. So for all of our guests who have come on every single day, we bring on guests. I think we're on show almost number 70. What are we, 73?
I didn't count it this week.
I think we're like somewhere around number 73.
We're almost at 100. We have a couple more until we hit that 100 mark.
We do, but it's because of them that the show has grown, that has this impact. We are the bright start to your day. And then to be able to Google the Angel and Tina Morning Show and see it's almost 16 million
16
results.
million?
Yeah.
That is amazing.
That
the
is
power
amazing.
of exposure and media, right?
Right? Exposure, distribution, publicity, all of that fabulous fun stuff, right? Getting your name out there. So Regina, what projects are coming down the pike for you? What are you working on or towards?
Actually, so I recently hired an online business team that is revolutionizing everything behind the scenes. Remember, I'm working with Susie Carter, and like she's giving me the $10 million business, like this is your next move. So my online team is really restructuring everything with my systems and automations. I do own an insurance agency, and right now I'm really close to making partners. So that's really my focus, because once I'm in that role, everything changes. I can reach more people, do more. So as I continue to coach and serve my clients, a lot of that is going on in the background. And then podcast speaking engagements, a lot is going on with Regina and Diane.
That's so exciting, right? In a time where there's so much unrest and discouragement going on in the world, knowing that you're making this impact. Oh yes, all right here.
You're setting your intention so you can, and I choose to keep my vibration high. I choose to stay focused on what's ahead and knowing versus, and it's not to say I'm oblivious to what's going on, right? But if you keep your energy high, those things come to you. So it's really a choice right now. And I encourage
you can choose not to participate in all of that. Do you remember way back in, I don't know, the economy, like this was probably like however many years ago, the economy was kind of tanking and they're like choosing not to participate. Oh shoot, I don't remember the word, but it was like this down economy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I don't know if I would say I'm not choosing to participate. I'm just more focused on if I position myself in a place I can help more, I can do more. So the best thing I can do for me, my family, and people is to continue in this track that I'm going, because then I can show up in a different way. So it's just you choose your path, right? You choose your path and you choose how you show up and participate and contribute.
I love it. How about you, Benson? What exciting projects are you working on right now?
Well, the new program. Well, when I first started, I was doing everything from Facebook. I normally do the assignments throughout the week, and then I do the live masterclass on Sundays. So now I just switch everything over to ClickFunnels, and it's already automated. So everything is already there, and as I'm promoting it, I'm trying to take myself away from the system where everything is automated, and rather than the students going through it for the entire 5 months, you can just knock everything out within just 30 days or 60 days, however you like. So that's pretty much it.
I love the automating, right? Recording all of our content and automating it, because it keeps us in this creation vibration, because I think that's where we thrive. I think a lot of times entrepreneurs, we're innovators and we're creative. And so we've got these ideas, and the more we can automate and streamline and record and let technology do all of that, we can stay in this space. And it's a game changer for,
right. And
for
having everything just that evergreen, just constantly flowing. You don't have to recreate and repurpose and do all this other stuff. It just comes while you're sleeping. That's the best part, is that money that comes while you're sleeping.
Yeah, so that back of the head money, like just back of the head just hits you.
I like that a lot. Well, Tina's been playing with her Pinterest account for the last couple of weeks, but she has hit over, what is your monthly views now? Almost 200,000.
205.
Oh, geez.
I'm so excited. It's every morning I get to check this out, and I'm like, oh, it's like my little inspiration every day, right? So yes, 205,000 monthly viewers on my Pinterest. I have almost finished creating a masterclass for how to get 150,000 in 30 days. I think I need to change it really quickly because I'm already over 200K. But yeah, so within 30 days, you can get more of over 150,000 Pinterest viewers on your Pinterest account. And it really has helped my SEO go up above and beyond. I have added the Angel and Tina Morning Show videos on there as well. On my blog post, all the ideas, all the social media marketing ideas that I have, building those relationships virtually, which I've been doing for the last 2 weeks for Angel's birthday. It was so fun to do that, though. I loved it.
Well, it's been fun. It's been really fun to watch, but all of, you've had time. We've not been traveling. We've not been commuting. And so we've been able to leverage our work time. Now, okay, so here's another one. Self-care. Are you taking time to exercise and get some fresh air and sleep? Oh, Benson.
Benson said,
I thought that's what we were going to talk about.
That's a big thing. Yes, back in 2016, I was so into my business. I was going into the office at like 8 a.m. and leaving the office at like midnight, 1 a.m. So, 2018, I somewhat stopped doing that and then, focus a little bit more on myself, right? Throughout the weekend, rather than, working like I normally do, I, take some time off, play some golf, get a massage and all that. And yes, I normally wake up at 5 a.m. just so that I can, get a couple miles in and, do my workout routine and get my day started. But yeah, I just started taking this very seriously, per se.
Absolutely.
What about you, Regina? What are you doing for self-care?
Yeah, so my regimen includes, I start my day with meditation, one of stillness as well as one of visualization for my day. And then I have my exercise regimen. And then throughout the day, I actually meditate twice for 20 minutes. So it just kind of helps me recoup because getting into financial service can be so in depth. And then once a month, I do a massage. I do an IV, vitamin IV, hydration IV, and then also I do a float session. So if you guys have never done floating.
So float therapy, I have been hearing all about it here in Charlotte.
That is that's my
You get into this little, I don't even know what you call it, but you sit there and float and it has all these light therapies and aromatherapies. What does it do for you?
So for me, I don't like lights. I don't want any noise. I like the darkness. I like the stillness. And it really puts you in that deep theta sleep. So the deepest sleep that you can get in, it's like having 4 hours of that.
But you're in the water.
But you're in the water, but it's buoyant. So just think about a tub. So there's water in somewhat of a tub and it has a lot of Epsom salt. So you're going to naturally float, right? So you're buoyant. And literally there's nothing pulling on the senses, because think about how much pull on our senses today. We're overstimulated, and it's just a time and a space to really get still, because that heals the mind, which can heal the body, which can make you more productive and show up differently in your everyday life. So that is my superpower.
We have those here in Denver. My daughters actually they both worked at one. It was called NG Float, or it still is called NG Float, but it is so therapeutic. We just don't take the time to rest and relax. And there's zero, because you're floating, there's no pressure on any place on your body. And you can, it's very, 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 very therapeutic.
The water is at the temperature of your body. So it's very comfortable.
It is. It is.
I need to try that for my shoulder.
Yes, it reduces inflammation. It's detoxifying if you think about the magnesium and the Epsom salt. So there's a lot of health benefits physically and mentally, emotionally.
So do you plan your self-care, Regina? Do you plan it every month?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then prior to the pandemic, yes, absolutely. Everything is on my calendar.
Is it all color-coded?
It is. How can you tell?
You two. Are like peas in a pod.
I'm color-coded too. I was telling Angel, one of my business clients was on here the other day, and she was like, Tina makes us color code our thing. She goes, wait, what?
You know what? But you know, here's too is and on also I do this thing called Shabbat. So on Fridays I shut down early and then I rest like literally most of the day on Saturday. So that recharges. And we all have a tendency to just go, go, go.
Yeah.
But you know, when you take the time to really just pause and love on yourself, it's almost like you show everyone else, like, oh, she takes time for herself. I should honor that, right?
I
So
need to do that too. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, and it
Thank you.
also it gives you discipline, right? There's discipline that's required, and by creating those boundaries and for yourself, you also set the stage for what you're attracting
Exactly.
into your life. So I love that. I did a post the other day of what qualifies as self-care, and I think that right now we are, I think, more mindful. We're more mindful of our health, and we're also far more mindful of our wealth, right? Where our money is coming from and what's going on there.
Health
And
is
then
the first health.
it like filters into and flows into to everything else. Benson, last words of wisdom you want to share with our audience, or anything else you want to make sure that you share while we've got you?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Well, my message is adjust everything. Adjust everything and set yourself up for success, right? Adjust everything. First, well, four things. The first thing is you need to, have a specific goal. Whatever you're trying to accomplish is, have a very specific goal. Second is have, specific, or should I say, timed action steps. It's like, I'm going to do this at that time, by that time. Right. Once you figure these two things out, the next part is a strategy, right? Strategy and effective system. I can actually drive to you, or I can fly to you. Which one will take me, faster and further? So an effective and strategic system. Lastly, is block out all the noise, everything that every distraction, just block them out. So every time you're trying to accomplish your goal, every time you're trying to take yourself to another level. Every time you're trying to do the same thing, but bigger and better, all you have to do is just upgrade or adjust the first two things, which is the goal and the action steps. After that, just use the same system and block out the noise. Thank you very much.
I love
You're
it.
so welcome. Thank you for being here. And go ahead and give your text opt-in again.
Well, yes. You can text 2020 PC to 786-257-9125. 786-257-9125, and I'll just text you back, give you all access to that live masterclass.
Awesome. That's so generous.
What about
Benson,
you?
thank you.
Yes.
What was that?
I'm sorry. I didn't hear the.
What about you, Regina?
Oh yeah. So yeah, my closing thought would just be, be very intentional, because how we live our days is how we live our weeks. How we live our weeks is how we live our months. How we live our months is how we live our years. And how we live our years is how we live our life. Right now, we all have the time and space to write the story of how we want to be remembered. And so no matter what your wealth thing is, no matter what your intent is, how do you want to be remembered? And be intentional about that every day. You can find me at reginadiane.com and also hopeempowers.com/BYOB, be your own bank. And I would love to serve you. You guys will see master classes and courses coming up. But if you connect with me there, we'll be sure to contact to keep you informed. So thank you guys again for the opportunity to be here on your show. And thank you for bringing light and a boost to our day.
Absolutely, right? And kudos to our business coaches who brought us here together for what they do every day. So often it's behind the scenes, they pour into us, but now they get to see the fruits of what they've created, and we're all here together. Thanks to them. Well, I'm Angel Tuccy. I am your media exposure specialist. We've just been on fire, right, with creating new events, new programs. We started a couple of new Facebook groups, communities, building that all together online. If you've got a podcast and you're looking for a guest to be on your podcast, or if you want to be a guest on a podcast, so find guests and get booked at our website. It's our Facebook group, Need a Guest, and you can find that at needaguest.com. And that has just been a nice door opener for folks who are wanting to get more exposure. And Google yourself, right? When was the last time you Googled your name or your brand? Google yourself. How many other platforms are featuring you? Not just your own website, not just your own social media and your own YouTube. but what we call OPP, other people's platforms. How many other platforms are you getting distribution on? If you want to impact hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even 15.9 million, make sure that you are leveraging the power of OPP, and you can get started at my website with your complimentary media guide at makeyourbigimpact.com. You've got a story to tell. There's a world that is looking for your story. There are unlimited opportunities in media for your story to be featured, and you can get started with guaranteed media exposure, headlines, press release ideas, everything that you need step by step at makeyourbigimpact.com. Grab your complimentary guide there, and then make sure you join us on Tuesday, July 28th for our 6th edition of the Connect Virtual Summit.
I can't believe we have done 6 summits already in the last couple of months.
It has been
skyrocketed.
We've had over 75 speakers come through the Connect Summit, thousands of people watching the virtual summit. It is our way to stay connected during this time. It is beautiful. So we just started a Facebook group for that yesterday morning, our Connect Summit community. we're just like you, Benson, right?
Go to the Connect Summit community Facebook group, join the group. I'll make sure I add you in there. You'll stay in touch with Angel and I, stay in touch with all of our Connect Summit speakers. So join us next week. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm Tina Torres, a client retention expert, where I help you create those relationships that matter, build those trust, that KLT factor, that know, like, and trust factor that every one of us needs. I teach you how to build relationships, and now build relationships virtually, how to keep those clients for a lifetime, turn those clients into raving fans and referral partners, and increase your cash flow all at the same time. And you can get your free complimentary PDF, 7 ways to increase your cash flow, by texting the word connection to 26786. That is connection to 26786. And you can get your free 7 ways to increase your cash flow right now. And join us next week on Tuesday for the Connect Virtual Summit 6, where we have 9 or 10 amazing speakers who are going to be talk a lot on health and wealth building strategies. We had them all on yesterday on the Morning Talk Show. So hop on over to my YouTube channel to check that out. They were all given simple tricks and tips on what they're going to be talking about next Tuesday. So thank you guys for watching. We are Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, where we come to you live every weekday morning at 11 a.m. We will see you guys tomorrow, Thursday, where we have Brittany Metke from Color Street coming on. We're going to have our new nails on, and we will hope to see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.